The mythic rares.
I mean, but like Jace, I think we were talking about this last night too. If you play Jace and you're behind, like it's not going to pull you out of the situation. If you play Gideon and you're behind, or you're playing against a beatdown deck and you play Gideon, you just get so far ahead.
You can win games that you never would win before.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane how powerful that card is. But anyway, they're looking for a reprint. They had a reprint of White Planeswalker and M12.
And I didn't really want to see a Johnny again.
Well, and like so Noah Johnny and Elspeth.
If they made Elspeth 1, I would have been pretty happy.
Elspeth the 1 is probably a little too high up on the curve, so we'll go with Gideon Jura instead. And Gideon's a good man.
I've always wanted to +3/+3 and get flying a Mirror Crusader. Whew. I was going to go to Kobe, but the Earthquake stopped that, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make it. Oh, sweet. So our matchup is starting, and the one person that I'm really, really, really excited to watch is Zaiem. He's a great guy at Channel Fireball, and he's playing Conley Woods' how's it called? Land Deceiver?
Yeah, very, very classic. So it's got Landy, like you would expect from Conley Woods, but also has the Deceiver Exarch package of combo kill. You just go Exarch Twin, make it infinite guys. At the same time, you have acidic slimes backing it up. There's another land destruction card.
There's Beast Within. Frost Titan.
Yeah.
And Conley, was saying that his dream this weekend is to put Splinter Twin on an acidic slime.
Oh my!
And just go to town. And
wow, no one's done that yet.
Yeah, and he's got Beast Within for lands. Like I think his plan might just be to like play an Overgrown Battlement and then blow up the guy's second or third land.
Now I hung out with Zaiem and Conley on Thursday this week, and they didn't know what they were going to play, and they're still brewing decks, trying things out. So sometime within the last 48 hours, as I would expect, they came up with this deck, and we'll see how it
Conley
does.
Came up with the land destruction deck?
It could be something that could happen eventually at some point in time.
Every single format.
So actually, we were drafting, or all kind of hanging out at a card shop around here on Thursday. I was Conley, a bunch of other players, and someone just left a stack of cards. And I'm like, oh, well, stack cards, I'll take it, see what there is. And I start flipping through it, and I get through this acidic slime somebody left there. And Conley's right behind me, he just reaches in and grabs it. He's like, that's not a junk uncommon, why are you leaving that there? Sticks it in his pocket. And might be in his deck today. He's like, oh, I'm glad we found that acidic slime. Yeah, Conley was trying out, he had tried the zombie infestation deck with treasure hunts.
Oh, that sounds sweet.
He was trying a Venser Blink acidic slime deck. But they settled on this deck. We'll see how it does.
Yeah, so far he's 1-1, and Zaiem is 2-0, and I don't know who else is playing the deck.
I think it might just be those two. I thought there might have been a third, but maybe not. I think it might just be those two.
Well, they're 3-1 right now. Not a terrible start.
No, and there's a lot more rounds left to go, but the deck is very powerful. So there we go. On your left is Zaiem. Really a big fixture of the Seattle Magic community, and starting to become a big fixture of the greater Magic community in general. Looks like turn 1, he fetches up an island. On your right is Kyle Monson. We'll get a glimpse of what he's playing here in a second.
Preordain, classic turn 1 play. Oh, it's an actual Ponder.
Oh, Ponder this time. So go Ponder. I wonder what the split is. We'll have deck list for you in a second, be able to tell you what's
I'm assuming if I had to guess, I bet if there's both in his deck, I think he'd max out on Ponders before Preordains. Just for the fact that you want Preordain when you're trying to get a mixture of converted mana cost spells and things like that, but I think you want Ponder when you're trying to hit a 2-drop. And I think this deck probably wants to hit its Lotus Cobras and its Overgrown Battlements, its Rampant Growths, and you just are looking for a specific card, and you'd rather see 4 cards than 3.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Like, we had Ponder for a long time, and Ponder saw some play, and then Preordain came around. I think people have started to really come around to Ponder-like effects because of how good Preordain has been.
Yeah.
And so Kyle plays a Raging Ravine. Do you think we have a Jund deck here?
No, I don't think so. Maybe. I would put my opponent on Valakut.
I would also put my opponent on Valakut. I was trying to make it a little more exciting.
And we have Spreading Seas.
That's a play we saw a lot last year. I haven't seen too much this year. Spreading Seas is a nice one. It's not really a land destruction card, but in function it is sometimes. You just cut your opponent off their land. There's a Forest for Kyle Monson. And down comes...
So we just got deck lists, and it is Valakut.
Yep. Looks pretty stock. He's got 2 Urbrass with the Hidden, as a lot of them do, and so Kyle goes for an Explore. He's got Explore, Rampant Growth, Harrow, Greenstone Zenith, bunch of guys.
Yeah, Psalm.
He's got Avenger Zendikar. 2 Avenger Zendikar, I guess, which is probably the only.
That's pretty interesting. And 1 Wormcoil Engine.
Interesting he goes for the 1 Wormcoil when that would be someone he could Greenstone Zenith up. In the meantime, Kyle plays an Explore, and he drops down Terramorphic Expanse.
There's not many cards that you really want to Greenstone Zenith besides Avenger and Primal.
Yeah.
So
Plus, you're never going to see the Worm Coiling coming, so there you go. So Zaiem finds the Lotus Cobra, a turn late, but still good enough for accelerating, and he puts it down. Kyle's going to crack his Terramorphic Expanse, and this Valakut deck is just so powerful now, because you can go 2-drop, you have 12 different 2-drops you can play that accelerate you. You play one on turn 2, on turn 3, you play a Solemn Simulacrum, you play an Oracle, another Ramp spell, and on turn 4, you can almost always cast your Primeval Titan.
Yeah, and that's I mean, the consistency is really good, and even Solemn Simulacrum like gives you a ramp spell. It gives you a little bit extra time, even if you don't hit the turns or the first time you hit 6 mana on turn 4 and hit the Primeval Titan. Like it probably buys you an extra turn anyway.
Right.
And like right now, I mean, if this Deceiver deck is actually trying to LD, like I don't think that game plan is even there anymore. I think he's got to find the combo and find it quick.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you can try to play that game early. You can maybe try to cut them off of a color. That didn't work out, and now you have to go for Plan B.
Seems really interesting. They actually are on a split between Preordains and Ponders.
3 and 3.
I don't think that's probably the correct.
It's probably. So I think the thing about that is it's not the correct number, but they just didn't know which one was better.
The midnight number.
So they're like, well, we don't know which one's better, so we're gonna go with this. So Zaiem plays another Lotus Cobra and then a fetch land,
so we're getting 6 mana. So at least I think that's probably going to be a Frost Titan. That's going to stop him from having any Titan action next turn if he has the Frost Titan.
Yeah, Frost Titan will tap down one of Kyle's lands, and that would render him unable to cast a Titan. See if that's what he's got. Yep, and there's Frost Titan. So Frost Titan's going to lock down one of Kyle's forests, and now Kyle only has access to 1 green mana too, which might limit his options a little bit.
I don't know if it'll limit many options. I mean, it's going to limit his option of can I play Primeval Titan this turn or not.
Sure. I mean, he can't, for example, he might not be able to double Rampant Growth, double Explore. All right, so he goes for a Rampant Growth.
I'm liking this. He's got the Rampant Growth in play that I like. He's got the old school Solemn. Like, put a little bit of time into what copies of the new cards he was going to put in his deck.
Do you like Terramorphic Expanse or Evolving Wilds better?
Evolving Wilds.
All right, well, yeah. He is playing 1 Evolving Wilds, so not a complete
I just like anything from Rise. Such a good set. Loved it.
So good. Shame we couldn't draft it more. So Kyle plays a Mountain, and
probably gonna end up passing. Yeah.
Yeah, passes back. Now Zaim's got a chance to make some.
I mean, he's gonna deal 10 damage this turn. Like, I mean, you wouldn't lock down a land anymore. He's already up to 7, so like he's just gonna lock down the Solemn and attack for 10. I mean.
The only time you would think about locking down a land is if you're worried about Titan plus Ramp spell turning on Valakut. Would that do it? I don't think so.
I mean, I more think like he wants to get this game over with as soon as possible. So I mean, you lock down the Solemn. I guess he can see what's on top of his library, and you lock down the Solemn and attack for 10, and then they play Primeval Titan and don't have the Rampant Growth, which probably won't happen. Right. Then he just kills him.
Yeah, I also like the attack with the guys here. You just chop his life in half, you get in for 4 more damage. You just take an entire turn off your clock, or a couple turns off your clock even. And you also just can't afford to give him the card off Solemn Simulacrum here. No. Looks like Zaiem is carefully reordering his Hallmark Depths. Didn't quite catch what he had there. And
he almost gave us another sneak peek.
Yeah, almost flipped him up, but avoided it. And
I mean, now he's just putting together the math. Like, I feel he's in a very strong position right now.
I agree. Now, if he has like another Frost Titan or something, that'd just be insane. But it looks like he's going to Ponder, or he did play another Frost Titan. That
really?
must be what that is. Yeah.
No, that's not enough land.
I mean,
I bet it's a Deceiver.
Oh, Deceiver Exarch, sure.
Yeah, because that's 3 total.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think he had cracked a land.
And tap down and got a land tap down.
Yeah, he played that. So played the Hallmark Depths.
I don't like that. Why would you Deceiver? Why wouldn't you want? See, I would have just like. Does he have like counter magic?
No counter magic.
So I don't like that play because now if he Primeval Titans, there's 2 permanents in the way.
Right, or if you locked it down before, it wouldn't have untapped. Yeah,
and you could just have upkeep played the Deceiver and tap down a land.
Right. I agree with your line of play there. It's possible Zaiem has a Beast Within in his hand, but I think either way, your line of play is probably better. The only difference is you get the mana off the Hallmark Depth, so if you want to have Beast Within and Deceiver Exarch up, you have to do one of them on your turn.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I don't know what the Beast Within tokens are really going to do.
I mean, so I think, like, if Zaiem has Beast Within, his plan is probably Beast Within on Kyle's Primeval Titan, but we'll see if Kyle even has that.
True.
I think if he had Premier Titan, he might have slammed it into play already. So.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe he's trying to say, oh, I have Mana Leak, but that's not really going to do anything. Like, yeah, I don't know. I didn't agree with that line.
Yeah, I think a lot depends on what the 2 cards in Zaim's hand are. We can't quite see those. So.
Land, Splinter Twin.
Sure, that's always good. Out of his blue-green deck.
Yeah.
Your opponent always sees that one coming.
Well, I mean, he's obviously knows it's in the deck after he showed a Deceiver. I mean, unless they told him that Conley really wanted to kill lands, and everyone's like, oh, I get it. Even situationally, just for a turn.
I mean, we saw a Cobblade deck at one point that just had 4 Exarchs, no twins. So.
Really?
Yeah, he cut us Squadron Hawks for Deceiver Exarchs and made top 8 of the Louisville Open.
That's interesting.
All right, so that's Wormcoil Engine.
Oh, that's not that scary.
All right, and there's the Valakut for Kyle passes back. And that certainly makes a Beast Within look a lot worse, but that Frost Titan will happily... All right.
Oh, he just had another Deceiver in the game.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's that. Deceiver Exarch, also another card that make that play good. So, Land Deceiver takes down the first game.
I love the name. Oh, wow. Look at that card.
Woo! I forgot that card was even playable. I played that one back in block.
I always, wanted to see if, it's one of those cards that I was always I want to touch. But, I mean, it's good against Twin. It stops the combo.
I mean, so the card in question is Whiplash Trap.
Oh, I was going to have them guess. We were going to play a game. I don't want to let them know right away. It's a Conley deck. You have to, pull out as much value
in it as
possible.
Cards in here we can game. Probably not.
No.
No, I think we lost all the game ability. Mm-hmm. Oh, well. So it looks like the sideboard then for Zaim is 4 Obstinate Bailoff, not coming in here. 1 Lightning Bolt, not coming in here. 2 Creep Corrosion, not coming in here. Pyroclasm, Nature's Claim, no. Combust, no.
I won't have a sideboard slot for this matchup. Yeah, he's just going to... Zaim is just playing a game of pretending to sideboard because, when you're playing an LD combo deck, there's not many cards you want to Valakut.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking in his main deck. I think he just wants all of his main deck cards, too. Yeah. He wants to take anything out.
No, he's not. I mean, he is just pretending to sideboard right now.
I mean, you could theoretically bring in the 1 Inferno Titan if you wanted to. But
there's no way he's bringing in 6 cards.
Right, yeah. So...
I love it. AJ did something that's... I always like when people go a little extra mile to not give away information, because I take a lot of information out of how my opponent's sideboard.
For sure.
And he actually had... He had a pile of, 13 cards in a limited GP sealed. And he would take 13 cards out of his deck, and he would unsleeve them and sleeve in 13 cards, and all they were was his mana base. He just would switch his mana base, just so his opponent thought he was switching colors.
And he obviously made it very overt, unsleeving cards.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. He's not just grabbing 13 already sleeved cards. He spent all the time to unsleeve and sleeve 13 lands 1 time per match, which I wouldn't even do that. That's going the extra
intense.
mile.
I mean, that works. If it works, you can really catch your opponent off guard.
If he gets one mistake out of it, it's worth it.
Right, especially in Scars block too, where you have poison as a mechanic. Because switching from a poison deck to a non-poison deck is huge.
And that's what he was doing.
Yeah. That can totally change how people think about it. I remember I played against one guy once who at a GP. It was I just come off my buys. It was round 4. He shuffled his entire sideboard into a sealed deck. So he took all the cards he wasn't playing, his deck, shuffled them together, and then pulled out the 40 cards he wanted.
Yeah, and I would almost guarantee it was always just the same 40.
Same.
That's too much to think about when you have all these cards. You're oh, which deck do I want to play now? That's just too much to look at and figure it out. I bet he just would pull the same.
Same. I was I got to admire your fortitude there.
Yeah.
Anyway, looking at the Valakut player sideboard, Opposite Bailoff not coming in, Slagstorm.
No.
I don't think we'll see that one here. I mean, if you want to kill Lotus Cobra on the play, it could work. Probably not too exciting. Creeping Corrosion, Nature's Claim, Summoning Trap. I think there's probably a chance he thinks same as Counter Magic.
Yeah, and I think he would bring in the Summoning Traps. He might even bring Memorisat in.
Yeah, just to nab
he got beat down by Frost Titan, but he saw the Deceiver, so he's assuming that it's Rug that just didn't have red. And I bet you have to actively take out the combo. I bet he'll be worried about that.
And plus, if you just name it Frost Titans or something, that's pretty reasonable too.
I mean, you probably just want to take the combo away.
Oh, I agree. I think the first one hits it, but later ones aren't redundant, Maybe you bring Slagstorm in on the play. Is that something you could do?
I wouldn't do that.
No.
I mean, Lotus Cobra is very, very scary, but I don't think I would board in a card if I was Valakut just to deal with Lotus Cobra.
The other thing is you can't afford to reduce your deck redundancy, right? You don't want to board in all these Slagstorms and then be cold on things to do. Looking at his deck, the cards that you can really move are maybe Urbrask the Hidden, maybe an Avenger of Zendikar.
Well, you want the Urbrask because you saw Deceiver.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right there because it stops the combo. So you probably the cards that you can cut are Avenger and Worm Coil Engine, I'd imagine.
I mean, you can cut one Avenger. You have to
one
keep
Avenger. You have to keep one into Zenith.
The Worm Coil seems really bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you could probably cut the Worm Coil and the one Avenger for 2 cards. I don't know. I mean, maybe you can cut a land for the swamp, but
you can probably cut
a Harrow maybe.
I mean, Harrow seems really good.
I mean, if they have counter magic, it could be kind of risky, but.
Yeah, but like Zaim's doing practice things, like that's the argument. Like everyone's trying to get on the board.
Right.
I mean, at least if he takes out a Harrow, he's going to bring it back in the first time he sees the Acidic Slime.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That is a good response. Maybe we just won't see any Memoria sides here. Maybe we won't see them sideboard at all. Who knows?
Yeah,
I think Summoning Trap will probably come in.
Yeah, Summoning Trap should. I mean, most blue like combo decks or anything that we've had always sideboard Flash Freeze. Like this is kind of interesting that he's not sideboarding Flash Freeze. I think they just think like we have probably the edge in the matchup, or even if it's a little bit of a dog, we probably like can't fight all the matchups because they really have like a good sideboard against a lot of the aggressive decks.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty much what Zaim figured, right? Like this is a good matchup for me. It's not to sideboard cards for it. I think a lot of players would make the mistake of, okay, well I've got 15 cards in my sideboard. I should always have sideboard cards for a matchup, but he doesn't need them.
Well, there's the opposite way to look at it. Like I would guess that this matchup's good, but let's say it's not good. Like there's also the argument like if this deck just crushes me, I'm just not gonna have a sideboard card for it because you can't really like get it back up to even. Like I'm gonna lose game 1 every time. And why am I going to sideboard 10 cards to beat it?
Right. Like you're gaining like 40% margins. It's not.
I actually learned that 2 years ago from Cedric Phillips. He taught me that sideboard strategy because I was trying to sideboard against Dredge with my Zoo deck, and he's like, just ignore it.
Yeah.
And it made a lot of sense.
So Kyle leads on Terramorphic Expanse. Zaim has a turn 1 Preordain off of an island. Kyle's going to crack his Terramorphic Expanse, probably finding
in the middle
of
the resolution.
Giving away the little bit of information, just in case it wasn't clear.
No, he's not going to show it yet.
Gets a forest.
And what did you see what Zaim did with the Preordain?
I think he put both on top, but I wasn't sure.
So I always love that information. I always like minimize the side screen when I'm playing Moto, but then whenever they play a card, I have to like go back and check what they did with it.
Yeah, knowing what happened with those is really important. And there's Rampart Growth. I remember so Kyle cast Rampart Growth. I remember a story that Brian Kowal told me. He was playing against Raptor, and like Kowal cast a 4C and put his cards a certain way, and Raptor was able to discern all this information just based on how he 4C'd, like what if he needed lands, what he was going for.
Oh, that's what you do, yeah.
Yeah, you just gain so much information off of it.
Yeah, it's really valuable, especially if you know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Overgrown Battlement from Zaim.
All right.
With my favorite 2 land combinations in play.
Island.
And a Copperline Gorge. I just love it.
Looks pretty, especially with the unhinged island.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle picks up a card. So yeah, he left both cards on top of the Preordain. And down comes Greenstone Zenith for 2, finding Overgrown Battlement, almost certainly. You can find Lotus Cobra if you wanted, I guess.
He doesn't have what's that, Dryad Arbor?
No Dryad Arbors in this format. We'll see plenty of those tomorrow, I'm sure. But yeah, for 2 mana, the only card he can get is Overgrown Battlement. This guy has no Birds of Paradise, no Lotus Cobras. So.
Which I think is the correct way. I don't like the 1 Birds of Paradise list.
How often are you actually going to do that?
Well,
right?
yeah, because like your Greens and Zeniths aren't always ramp, and you don't want to make them more of a ramp spell than they actually are.
You don't want to burn them if you don't have to, right? So Kyle plays the Battlement, and sometimes the dangerous thing that can happen too is if you have 2 Battlements early on, that can ramp you so fast, and that can allow you to cast Titan and pay for Mana Leak. Alright, so Zaim drops a Misty Rainforest.
I'm always afraid when I'm playing a mini ramp deck, or like this deck, and when my Valakut opponent is getting a little out of hand. Like he's going to 6 mana now. And I think Zaim, I think he's just going to upkeep to see, what's he doing? He's cracking it.
So he cracked his fetch line.
During the upkeep? I think he's going to use the mana. Yeah, I think he's just going to Deceiver his opponent. Yeah, Deceiver, tap him down.
Oh, there's no blue mana tap there. Beast Within. No Valakut for you. You can have a 3/3.
Bluffing the Spell Pierce.
I love it.
Yeah, Zaim's going the long way. I mean, that's the way you do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to tap your, not tap any differently. So
he has his own token. He gives him a token.
Probably because Kyle. Nope, Kyle doesn't have Beast Within.
Well, I think they thought about this. I mean, come on, it's Zaim and Conley working together. Like, they're gonna think of everything.
All right, so Kyle doesn't do anything. He plays Temporary Expanse and passes the turn.
So that just even proves more that he doesn't have any more ramp. He's just ready to get business spells down.
So let's see. So Zaiem drops Scalding Tarn. All right, Scalding Tarn down for Zaiem, and I'm trying to get a glimpse at his hand. He's at 5 mana, so he's 1 turn away from that critical Titan threshold.
Mm-hmm. And I wonder what Zaim's got stuck in his hand.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't slime Kyle this turn, so I'm not sure what he's holding. Zaiem is a big fan.
He's going to upkeep another Beast Within.
Or Exarch maybe this time, tap that island. Oh, no, he's just being really aggressive. Take down all their lands, and you know, I think a lot of people undervalue that part of Beast Within. Just destroy their lands, keep them off of mana, Vindicate for 3. It's pretty good. Card that was really hyped, hasn't seen a lot of play, and it's finally starting to shine.
And now if he like ends up showing a Frost Titan next turn, then he actually has them locked down. Oh, here's a Solemn.
All right, there's a Solemn Simulacrum from Kyle Monson. So Zaim's played a lot of the Rug archetype. He tested Rug, the old Rug list before New Phyrexia pretty relentlessly, and learned how to play the deck inside and out.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since the J Spannings he's been trying to make, he won a PTQ with Twin Blade, switched off to, because you know, Twin Blade was insane. But ever since that got banned, he's been trying to make a Rug Twin work, and this is kind of up his alley. It's similar, except it's got, you know, the Conley Woods LD package in it.
No,
so.
this yeah, it's all Conley written all over it.
No Abyssal Persecutors though. No Abyssal Persecutors.
I mean, he's moving on.
All right, so Zaim's gonna crack the fetch lands, and I imagine it's Frost Titan time.
Has to be.
And that Frost Titan is probably going to lock down a mountain, I'd imagine. Or I guess there's...
I mean, it'll lock down a forest. He wants to destroy mountains, so it's if a Primeval Titan does resolve, it's more difficult to actually hit the combo. That's why he was destroying that, so he doesn't like activate it. But I bet he's just gonna lock the forest down because every spell costs like there's no red spells in the deck.
Yeah, unless you're worried about Inferno Titan.
Yeah, I guess unless you're worried about the Urabrosk.
Yeah, Urabrosk or Inferno Titan, one of those two. Yeah.
So yeah, I would lock down a mountain in this situation because it's 3/4. Oh yeah, I guess Battlement's really is actually the card you want to lock down.
All right,
and
so
here's a Titan.
And is it Titan time?
Yeah, it's for sure Titan time.
All right, and there's Primeval Titan, the ubiquitous 6 mana Titan. So Kyle's gonna probably find a pair of Valakuts.
And now is Zaim gonna have to attack with his Frost Titan to stop it for a turn?
That seems likely.
Did he? I think he might have just drawn a red card, and I think he already had a Deceiver. So.
Those are two good things to go great together, especially after sideboarding. All right, so yeah, I think Zaim is gonna attack and tap that Titan.
And then I guess, yeah, if he attacks and trades with the Beast Within tokens and has another Frost Titan followed up with, that might be good. I mean, but who knows what's in Kyle's hand? He still might have a Green Sun Zenith or another Titan.
Yeah, follow up one, sure. And so he attacks with Frost Titan. And Zaim
might just, if Zaim has another Frost Titan, he might just like lock down a Beast.
To ensure it doesn't trade, then just cast the other one, tap it. All right, so he does tap the Primeval Titan.
So I would assume he doesn't have a Frost Titan anymore.
Yeah, unless Zaim is okay trading that for 2 Beast Within tokens. It just seems worse to me than trading it off.
I mean, with the Titan, which he wouldn't trade with.
Right.
He would like take the 6 damage.
All right, so Kyle will just be safe, blocks with Solemn and 2 Beast Within tokens, and Zaim's going to trade off with the 2/3/3s.
Yeah.
And now what does Zaim have to follow it up with? I mean, the thing is, if Zaim didn't have another answer, he had to attack there anyway.
Give himself another turn.
Right. All right, so down comes Rampant Growth. All right, not quite the action he was looking for.
Yeah.
So Rampant Growth hits the table. He's gonna go get a land.
Yeah, pretty much he just has to have a Deceiver in hand.
And if he has it, he has 3 mana. But
yeah. And then hope Kyle doesn't have any answer.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle could easily have Beast Within of his own. Now, we know Kyle's pretty light on ways to deal with it.
Yeah, just
he's
a couple Nature's Claim.
He's got a couple Nature's Claim and Memoir side, obviously, but...
And he didn't bring in Memoir side.
Yeah. Otherwise, he would have found the mountain or the swamp already.
Yeah.
Right. So it seems likely to me that if Zaiem has XR combo, he's probably good. We'll see if he has it. Kyle untaps. And he's going to Beast Within again.
Beast Within... Oh, the Titan?
Not sure.
What's he Beast Within?
I thought he pointed out a Valakut. But it seems like you got to get that Titan off the table.
Yeah.
Oh, he targets Valakut. Yeah. So why would you target Valakut there, Brad?
I don't know. I would have to see what's in his hand because the play doesn't make much sense because next turn if the Titan actually, gets active, it's not going to matter. Like, I know 2 Valakuts are already gone. Or is it just... Yeah, it's 2 Valakuts that are already gone. But the 2 left, 1 in play, 1 in deck, are still going to matter.
Is he worried about another Primeval Titan turning on Valakuts this turn?
Maybe, but he could have just, I mean, I might have held that because he's already got 7 lands in play. There's nothing or 8 lands in play. There's nothing he can't cast. Maybe you want him to, like, cast a Titan, or he might make a different decision. Then you can always respond with Beast Within. I don't really know why I would have used it right there.
All right, let's see what he's got now. Summoning Trap.
Yeah,
all
so
right, let's spin the wheel. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was like seeing how fast they go through this because if they go start going fast, they found one. All right, so I think it's Worm Coil Engine at the top of the pile. And yep, so he gets Worm Coil. So 6/6, all right, but not what Cal Monson was looking for.
And just how Zaim's body language tells me that he doesn't have anything in hand.
Yeah, is
just kind of waiting to die.
Yeah, not so happy. All right, looks like James drew another Copperline Gorge. Looks great on turn 2, not so great on turn 6.
Not so good facing down a bunch of Titans, colorless and green.
And Kyle's in a pretty dominant position. I think this is probably the end for Zaimbag.
Yeah.
Oh,
he does have a Deceiver.
He got a Deceiver. All right, so he's going to play the Deceiver Exarch, tap down the Primeval Titan.
There's life.
All right, now he just has to draw the Splinter Twin.
Or he doesn't have... Kyle can't have a Harrow or another Titan.
All right, well, I think if Kyle had another Titan, he probably would have cast it last turn. So...
Well, I mean, maybe he drew it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, the top 8 cards weren't a Titan. It gives a better chance for the next one.
All right, so Zaim's going to block there and take 6, 7, 8 damage. Oh, he can block with the Exarch too. I don't know, that block with the Exarch might be a little risky, but...
I mean, he's not going to keep Lightning Bolt in.
What if Kyle... Oh, Kyle only has 1 card in his hand, never mind.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what if Kyle had double, Rampant Growth or something, but... I guess he would have cast already, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right, so does Zaim have the Splinter Twin? That is the question.
I don't think so.
I also don't think so.
Spent a lot of time thinking.
All right, he passes back. Maybe he has another one. We're going to find out. Another Exarch to tap down that Titan again. Zaim could buy another turn if he has another Exarch. Otherwise, or another Beast Within maybe. Oh, looks like Real Titan's attacking.
And it triggered.
And that should
be
it.
Now he's just hoping that... Well, he can't even live through this and keep the Deceiver alive, so...
Yeah. Yeah, this is it for Zaim. Zaim's being diligent, playing out to the end just to make sure, as you should.
You just go grab 2 mountains. You can just hit him to the dome. Then he has to block with both creatures on Titans. I mean, that's lethal, actually, yeah. That's lethal if Zaim doesn't have a spell in hand.
Do you think you killed the Deceiver here with the 2 mountains?
No. I mean, you can do that to be safe and then you win anyway.
Right.
But I think I would still attack and hit Zaim in the face.
Okay.
Because then Zaim has to have 2 spells in hand to keep the Deceiver alive. And those spells would have to kill a creature, which would be relevant that the Primeval activated. Like, the game's over.
Right.
I mean, he is killing it just to be safe.
All right. So, for game 3...
Zaim's going to be on the play, which is, I'm assuming, very important in this
I mean,
matchup.
turn 2 Lotus Cobra could just be it, right? Like, you have turn 2 Lotus Cobra on the play.
Turn 3 Acidic Slime.
Yeah. So, do you think they're going to switch up their sideboarding at all?
I mean, they don't have anything in their sideboards.
I mean, it's possible that Kyle could switch up his sideboarding.
I feel like Zaim's going to re-sideboard. his bluff sideboard. He's going to go and he's like, yeah, this one card's good.
I mean, it's possible that Kyle might want, maybe he just didn't bring Nature's Claim before or something like that. Maybe he wants it now.
I mean, I don't know why he would want it in, I guess being on the play, you think you're fast enough. I mean, he might just bring it in now thinking, oh, I'm on the drive to be more defensive. I mean, he still has not seen an acidic slime yet. So he might think this is like a straight rug.
Right, just straight rug twin, right?
Rug twin pod.
Yeah.
That just not seeing the right spells.
Yeah, I mean, he saw Frostite, which is like a little out of left field. Maybe he's got one or two or something.
And
right?
I guess he did see Rampant Growth, Overgrown Battlement, and Beast Within. So, I mean, he can put pretty much all the cards together.
How often do you think you would cast Splinter Twin on an Overgrown Battlement?
Never.
Never. You don't think that has ever happened?
I mean, if I'm worried about Gatekeeper Malakir, but yeah, I don't. I mean, that's the only way I can win.
It's sketchy acceleration.
I mean, it's really sketchy acceleration. You're investing 6 mana to produce 1 more mana.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm just looking at the list, like seeing all the things Zaim could potentially cast. Splinter Twin, a Lotus Cobra, just go nuts. Never happened, right? Like, once you have 4 mana, you're pretty good. I know, but
yeah.
I Splinter Twin on Acidic Slime seems awesome. I want to see that for sure.
On turn 4?
Yeah.
Like you turn 3, they put 2 lands in play, you turn 3 it, and then turn 4, so that, like, just start making Acidic Slimes. It's like a soft lock.
Then it just lights out.
Yeah, it's just a soft lock.
And, like, most decks can't beat that, especially Valakut, where they have to have all their lands.
Mm-hmm.
So, pretty place to be. And against, not only against the lands, too, but against a deck like Tempered Steel, you can kill their creatures, you can kill their enchantment.
Conley did turn me into a pro. Like, I used to not like Acidic Slime, just in theory, but he did make it, like, relevant. Like, you kill, even against aggro, you kill a land, and it's a Death Touch creature. It's going to trade with something. Like, it kills their Tempered Steels, it kills even any of their creatures, because they're all artifacts, and it trades with anything. Even if it's a 5/5 aggressive creature, it's going to trade. So kill a land out of vampires, trade with a vampire. Like, it's not great. It's not what it's designed to do, but it's still functional.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2-for-1, right? Like, killing a land, maybe sometimes that's valuable, maybe sometimes that's not, but
I mean, even at its worst, it's still doing something, right. Which can't be said about every card in Magic.
That is very true. You draw your Birds of Paradise on turn 1,000,000, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I can chump block with this, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting deck. I like Conley's take on the Rug archetype, and it'd be cool to see how it does here. Spreading Seas is especially a card. We haven't seen very much of Spreading Seas at all lately.
No.
But it might be a good time to play it again. People are playing Inkmoth Nexus. People are playing with Valakut.
Jund's back.
Jund is back, right? Like, it's a great time to be Spreading Seas.
Yeah.
It was a namesake, or very important namesake card last year, and this year it's very important too. Plus, if you look at a lot of the blue-white Cobblade lists, they're running like 26 lands, 7 colorless lands. And you can just, like, and they want to cast like Hero Bladehold or whatever, right?
Yeah, I mean, it has some function, but I mean, mostly it's just for the Valakut matchups, and like the
Yeah,
Valakut's
sure.
popular. I mean, like Blue-Black Control, I think is running Spreading Seas right now. I mean, they might not anymore. I guess I haven't seen what people are playing at like the opens, but I mean, a lot of people are playing Spreading Seas in their Blue-Black Control decks. I mean, there's so many man lands, there's so many colors. Okay, so Zaim kept to 7, but Kyle's down to 6 for the update. But I think Spreading Seas is just good when it's good, and it might be a little bit too of an aggressive format, but like looking back at Worlds, everyone was running 4, and there were still vampires there. There was white weenie decks. There was Boros.
And it's good against vampires too, right? Or at least reasonably so. You can cut them off of a color if you have it on turn 2.
Oh yeah, no, on the play, Spreading Seas is really good against them. All their cards, they don't have, like, what's the colorless symbol in their deck? Like, what is it? Doomblade, Dark Tutelage, and Dismember. All their creatures all cost black mana, and none of them are colorless.
So down comes a Preordain for Zaimbeck. Looks like
He found a Spreading Seas.
Spreading Seas, and that's the card on the play, turn 2. Turn 2, that card can be brutal in this matchup, especially if Kyle is low on sources. Now, if Kyle has a Terramorphic Expanse, it could be a kind of an issue for Zaim.
Yeah. And which he should start with if he has it.
He
got rid of one of them.
Well, that one is getting its seas spread. So Zaim put 1 on top of 1 on bottom with that Preordain. And now Zaim has to decide his play. So Zaim could Spreading Seas. that Valakut.
I mean, you always want to try to hit the force if they only have one, but everyone that plays Valakut now knows to like have 2 force at bay against Reading Seas.
So if you're Zaiem here, if you Lotus Cobra, do you seize the Valakut or do you play the Cobra?
I play Cobra.
You'll have an opportunity to seize later, right?
Yeah, you're not protecting, or you're not hitting their green source. Like,
they're spreading seas. Now, you said a lot of players will make sure to have 2 force to play around spreading seas. Now, without spreading seas being played for a little while, it's possible that some players might have just forgot that that's what you're supposed to do. Now, not Kyle. He looks like he's got the rampant growth here. He's going to find another force, probably. Yep. Which he does.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't happen a lot, mostly because you need your 2 green anyway.
Right.
And, like, there's only one land that he could spreading seas on turn 1 to actually take out force, which happened in game 1, which was Raging Ravine. And it just doesn't seem that I mean, I remember back at Worlds, actually, around testing then, playing then, like, you could shut down a person off of green sometimes. But that was more, like, not when they had Overgrown Battlement, when they had, like, Conley Heart Expedition.
Right.
And you would hit their force off that, and then they just would have to play Mountain Pass, and they wouldn't get out of it for a couple turns.
So Zaiem is currently deep in the tank resolving a Preordain. He cast it and puts both of them back on top.
He likes all the cards he's getting. Maybe he's actually going to assemble the combo.
Ooh.
What's the mana base for this? He only has 2 mountains and 3 gorges, so and a Raging Ravine. Yeah, so there's actually only 6 lands that produce red besides Lotus Cobra.
And he's got 4 Scalding Tarns to help out too.
And Rampant Growth. I bet that's the reason why he actually is playing 2 Rampant Growth and only 2 Battlements, because getting red is so important.
Right. Normally you'd want to play 4 Battlements, but especially with a deck with it that has 4 beasts with it.
Yeah.
But getting
and
the red...
2 other Battlements.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the turn 2 Battlement, turn 3 Battlement, turn 4, Titan draw is pretty insane. Alright, so Kyle's going to go for Rampant Growth. Continue to ramp up his mana a little bit, and it looks like he's going to go for an Overgrown Battlement after the Rampant Growth resolves. So Kyle's going to have access to 7 mana next turn if he has the lands. And Zaiem did not have the draw he was looking for, despite double Preordain and keeping the cards.
Well, I mean, he knows everything that's happening. He kept the cards and he played a Helmer Depth, so I think he has all the cards he needs.
You think he just has the combo in his hand?
I mean, I don't know if he has the combo in hand, but he's got to have something he wants, right?
All right,
well, like, your clock against Valakut.
Right. So there's Lotus Cobra off for Zaiem bag. And plays the Mountain.
He might just throw a Deceiver out on the table.
It's very possible.
If he has the combo, I think that's what he does.
Yep. I don't see a red card in his hand, though. Although it could be on top of his library. Oh, or not. Zaiem goes for the Rampant Growth. Going to ramp his mana a little more. Now, the way that works with Lotus Cobra, of course, is he gets the mana there. So he'll have access to 2 mana now if he has another play he can make. And spreading seas with his last mana. That's a pretty good turn for Zaiem. Not quite as good as he could have had.
Yeah,
but
I mean, he could have had the combo.
Pretty high velocity, 3 spells in the same turn. Does play a Seas, locking down one of those mountains.
So here's Green Sun Zenith.
All right, Zenith going to find Primeval Titan.
Or another Battlement, and you just counter draw.
And
I mean, I think you just go get double Valakut. You just get them out of your deck. Like, what if you Beast Withins? It's going to take forever to get the activations anyway.
Right.
So, I mean, he went and got 2 mountains, but I think just getting more Valakut.
I also like double Valakut there. Because if your Primeval Titan attacks, it works out the same way, I think.
Yeah. I mean, now I guess if he's scared of the combo and he has a Harrow in hand, he can, like, attack, go grab 2 mountains, and he always has this Dill 6 sitting in hand.
Right. So, see what happens. So you got Valakut Mountain.
I mean, I see a Deceiver.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got the Deceiver in hand. I don't think he has the Twin, though.
Why not? I mean, we've watched 2 decks with Deceiver Twins so far, and we have not. I want to see it go.
I've almost never seen it combo out on ICG Live. If there's a deck with 2 ways to win, they'll always win with the other one. It's almost like Deceiver Exarch is just a trap. People try and play around it, and then just die to a Frost Titan or something. All right, so it looks like Zaim's going to Ponder here. This would be a good opportunity for him to find the missing link. Now, that's a red card there, I think.
Is it a red card?
It's either Copperline Gorge or a red card.
Yeah, I think it's a half. It's half.
I think it's Copperline Gorge.
Well, he wants it though.
Well, he does have that Scalding Tarn in play, so we can take the best card and then shuffle away if he wants. That is the twin.
Yeah, there is a twin.
So I think you might have it here.
I'm excited.
Hopefully for Zaiem hopes right now that Kyle doesn't have a Nature's Claim or something to mess up his plans.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise,
he's only got 2 cards.
Yeah. Otherwise, Zaiem is in the clear pretty much. Just Deceiver Exarch, tap down that guy, and good to go. Now, the thing is for Zaiem, he doesn't know that Kyle doesn't have, say, access to Beast Within. He just doesn't know that Kyle, things Kyle could have. Kyle could also Harrow.
And he can't play around that, though.
Right. I mean, he has to tap it here.
So we're moving to combat. He's Deceiver Exarching the Primeval Titan. Here is another Titan. Another Green Sun Zenith.
All right, and...
Oh, no, Avenger.
Avenger's Zendikar. Well, you know what beats 8 plants? Infinite 1/4s. All right, well, I think Kyle... doesn't look like Kyle has anything, so he might be for a rude surprise here in a second.
Well, I don't think it's going to be that surprising. Well, if you look at Zaim's posture, Zaim was like doing this when he was behind.
Yeah.
And now he's kind of like getting in on the table with his hands.
It's the same with like his arms crossed.
Yeah, he had his arms crossed.
And now he's like might as well be doing a victory lap, you know? Like his posture is noticeably changed. He just doesn't care about
any of this.
He's like, all right, you get your plants. You do that if you really want to. You don't have to bring them out. All right, and Zaim's going to untap.
He didn't even leave. He didn't even leave a green open, did he? No, he does have a Battlement open.
I mean, he could have a Nature's Claim, but I think Zaim, you just have to go for it.
Well, yeah.
There's nothing else you can do. So he cracks his fetch land.
He's going to get as much mana in the pool as he can.
And as long as Kyle's last card isn't Nature's Claim,
the game's over.
He's in the clear. And I want to make sure to get Zaim in after this match, regardless of if he wins or lose, to talk about his deck. So we'll get him in here in a second to tell us about this innovative strategy designed by Conley Woods, and really designed by Conley again and again and again. So Zaim's going to pre-order in. Zaim likes pre-order in first. Yeah, I've worked with Conley, and working with him is always a treat.
It was 2 days before the Pro Tour that Kibler won, and he's like sending me a ninja deck list. Not just with one ninjutsu creature, like there was like 4 different ninjas.
And there's a Splinter Twin from Zaim.
Yeah.
And that's it. Zaim takes down the match. Ninja creatures from Conley, you don't say. I've done some of that before. And Zaim takes the match. So we'll have Zaim here in just a second to tell us about his deck / Conley's deck. So if you guys have any questions for Zaim Bag, you guys should tweet them at us right now, and would be happy to ask him anything you want to know about the deck.
Yeah. His land deceiver deck. I love it.
So here we go. Back in the booth. I'm Gavin Verhey with Brad Nelson. You're watching live coverage of the Star City Games Open Series here in Seattle, Washington. We just watched Zaim Bag with his land deceiver deck. Pretty cool stuff.
I mean, we still haven't seen an acidic slime though. I was kind of sad about that.
No slime taps. I mean, he obviously didn't board them out.
Yeah.
He obviously didn't board them out, and so I don't know why his deck didn't cough him any up, but just the way the shuffling happened. So I wanted to see Splinter Twin on slime so badly against Valakut. Really can you imagine your opponent's face when you do that?
Yeah. And then, what are you Primeval Titaning for? Like, even if you get to resolve one, like you can't go get your Valakuts because they're just going to run out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, we'll see if Zaim maybe did that in one of his first 2 rounds. We'll find out when we have him in here in just a second. Like I said, if you have any questions about the land deceiver deck, please let us know. Just before Zaim gets here, run down the deck list real fast. He's got 4 Lotus Cobras, 2 Overgrown Battlement, 4 Deceiver Exarch, 4 Acidic Slime, 4 Frost Titan, usual suspects, roughly.